Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or as we like to say here at Shady Acres Woodshop, howdy. Well, it's time for another piece of junk wood. I decided to give it another go after my last fiasco with it. This one I did take and put it in the microwave for about 3.5 minutes, I think, altogether. 30 seconds at a time. Try and keep it from cracking. It's still going to be full of bug holes, but I don't think there's going to be any creatures in there crawling around. And I'm doing this one a little bit different. This is not going to be a natural edge bowl. This is going to be a more of a normal flat top bowl. So I've put the natural edge against the tailstock. And it has this feature that I kind of like, and that's why I did this. I figure I'll have a small base and then widen out to a larger top. I probably will lose a little bit of this in getting it round, but I think most of it will stay, and I think it'll show up inside the bowl as well, and that's what my goal is. So let's see how this one turns out. It's a little cold in the shop today, so you might hear the hum of a little heater I've got pointed at me. I'm going to be turning with my 5/8 inch bowl gouge, which is what I typically use, and it looks like we'll be turning at about 572 RPM. I've got my face shield on, I'm putting my mask up, and here we go. I switched to a swept back gouge to work on my tenon here. My chuck jaws are dovetail, so I need to create a dovetail, and I've done that. So now I need to take this down to near nothing. Well, that's near nothing. Okay, back to the profile. Picking the speed up to about 850. Got some pretty colors in it. Pink here. There's not much point in going any higher here to get rid of these flat spots because I got some big chip out. So I will attack that from the top side. I think it's ready for sanding. And I'll I'll sand it and finish the outside, and we'll turn it around and put it on the tenon. I'm applying Danish oil with a brush to get into all of the recesses and gaps and bug holes and whatnot, and then I'll wipe it down with a rag soaked in Danish oil. But the brush is about the only way I can get into those recesses and holes. I certainly like this bowl a whole lot more than my first junk bowl. You can find that video on my channel. This has got some nice spalting in it. It's got a lot of bug holes just like the other one did. This is the outer portion of the pith, and it feels pretty sound, looks pretty sound, except for maybe this portion right here. In fact, that moves. That's going to come off. And it's got some nice color. I don't know if that pink shows up, but it's pinkish. Got some pretty cool grain going on there. I love this bark inclusion. That hole goes about 1 inch deep, so I am going to have a hole in the wall of this bowl, but that doesn't bother me at all. I just love some of this grain. And over here, this is the other side of the pith. Now here's my problem. This comes clear down here like that. There's a crack around it right there, and that's about 3/4 of an inch, and I think that's probably going to have to go. So my bowl probably is going to end up this deep instead of that deep. I don't think that'll look bad. I hate to lose the capacity, but I can live with it. I'll be turning at about 865 RPM with my 5/8 inch bowl gouge, which I've just put a fresh edge on. There's that hole coming through there. I definitely like that. I think I'm just about down far enough on the rim, but a little more. I brought this up only because, I brought the Live Center up only because it's kind of a soft wood. I thought I might need the support, but we can see that's not doing much good. Yep, I can live with that. There's my bark still there. Just about 1/8 of an inch now. I think I'm still too thick on the bottom. Let me check it. I'm not as good as a lot of guys with either guessing or feeling, and I can't reach in there that far. Well, about 1/4 inch bottom. And with as many voids as this wood has, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, 1/8 inch. With as many voids as this wood has, I don't want to risk going too thin on that bottom, so I'll make one cleanup pass here and then we'll get the scraper out. What'd the man say? Never ever make the final pass. Okay, scraper time. Starting to think I'd like to do just a normal turning without all the bug holes, without all the defects. I got this particular piece so thin, I didn't think it was that thin, but the oil from the outside of the bowl fouled all of my sanding discs. I hate when that happens because I like to use those suckers as long as I can. That's some good looking grain right there. I wish it was like that everywhere. But there are some nice colors in here. I like this junk wood bowl more than the last one I did. This one at least has a bowl shape. I don't know what that was. Well, I came out this morning and put a second coat of finish on the inside. That's Danish oil. And gave it time to dry with the heater pointed at it because it's still a little chilly out here, although much warmer today than yesterday. So I'm going to turn this around and take the tenon off. And what I'm going to do is just use this little block of wood and chuck it up in here. My typical way of doing this. And then I just take this non-slip material and put over that. Bring up the tool rest. And the tailstock, and just flip that over. I've got my indentation from when I was working the other way around. Well, this way around now. We'll turn the speed up here around 500. And grab a little gouge. Go with a 3/8 inch spindle gouge and just slowly remove that tenon. I'm a little afraid of this particular piece because with all those bug holes in it, it's very delicate. So I'm going to slow the lathe down here a little bit so that it's a little more under control. Apply sideways pressure towards the headstock with my gouge. Put my left hand on the switch and just work on cutting that off. And there we go. Can't do it much easier than that. This is a very light, very delicate bowl. I doubt if it weighs an ounce. It's about 7 inches in diameter, 3 inches deep. There's the bottom finished up. It's got the bark inclusion, what's left of it in here. It's nothing special. I called it weed wood because I just don't know what it is. And it grows like a weed around here. So that's it. If you liked the video, please do that. Check the like mark. If you're not a subscriber, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe. Still just getting started out. That's 5 or 6 videos now. So I would appreciate your support. So for now, this is Phil, Shady Acres Woodshop, signing off.